Climate engineering, also known as geoengineering, refers to large-scale technological interventions aimed at combating climate change. While these innovations hold the promise of mitigating global warming, they are met with significant public skepticism. Understanding the reasons behind this mistrust is critical for fostering meaningful dialogue and ensuring that such technologies are approached responsibly. One major factor contributing to skepticism is a lack of public understanding. Climate engineering often involves complex scientific concepts, such as solar radiation management, SRM, or carbon dioxide removal, CDR. For the average person, these ideas can seem abstract or even implausible, making it difficult to trust their efficacy or safety. Another issue is the fear of unintended consequences. Climate engineering interventions, such as injecting aerosols into the atmosphere to reflect sunlight, could have unpredictable effects on ecosystems and weather patterns. This uncertainty fuels public concerns that such solutions could create more problems than they solve. Historical mistrust of scientific and governmental institutions also plays a significant role. Many people harbor doubts about the motives behind geoengineering projects, fearing they may prioritize profit or political agendas over environmental and public well-being. This skepticism is often amplified by conspiracy theories, which claim that climate engineering efforts are being secretly conducted without public consent. Economic inequities further deepen the mistrust. Some worry that climate engineering could benefit wealthy nations, while leaving poorer countries to bear the brunt of potential side effects. For example, altering weather patterns could lead to droughts or floods in vulnerable regions, exacerbating global inequality. The ethical implications of climate engineering are another source of skepticism. Critics argue that such technologies might be seen as a license to continue emitting greenhouse gases, undermining efforts to transition to renewable energy. This moral hazard concerns many environmentalists who fear that geoengineering could be used as an excuse to delay meaningful climate action. Transparency is a recurring issue in the public discourse surrounding climate engineering. People are often wary of scientific projects conducted behind closed doors, leading to suspicions that critical information about risks and benefits is being withheld. Without clear communication, public trust is difficult to establish. Media portrayals of climate engineering also shape public perception. Sensationalized headlines and dystopian narratives in movies and books often depict geoengineering as a dangerous or unethical endeavor. These representations can amplify fears and make it harder for the public to differentiate between science fiction and scientific reality. Another concern is the long-term viability of geoengineering solutions. Many skeptics question whether these technologies can provide lasting benefits, or if they are merely short-term fixes that fail to address the root causes of climate change. This doubt fuels a preference for more sustainable and proven solutions, such as renewable energy. Cultural beliefs and values influence skepticism as well. Some people view climate engineering as an unnatural interference with the planet's systems, likening it to playing God. These perspectives reflect a deep-seated fear of tampering with nature, regardless of the potential benefits. The complexity of international cooperation adds to the skepticism. Climate engineering projects would likely require collaboration among multiple nations, raising concerns about governance, accountability, and decision-making. People worry about who would control these technologies and how their deployment would be regulated. The role of corporate interests in climate engineering further erodes trust. When private companies are involved, there is often suspicion that profit motives will outweigh environmental concerns. This mistrust is especially pronounced in industries with a history of environmental harm. Social media has amplified public skepticism by spreading misinformation about climate engineering. Platforms often allow sensationalized or inaccurate claims to reach wide audiences, fueling fears and reinforcing doubts about the technology's safety and legitimacy. The lack of robust, publicly accessible data on climate engineering experiments also contributes to skepticism. Many people feel they cannot form informed opinions without clear, unbiased evidence of the risks and benefits associated with these technologies. Environmental justice is a critical concern for many skeptics. Climate engineering interventions could disproportionately impact marginalized communities, raising ethical questions about who bears the risks and who reaps the rewards. Educational gaps play a role in shaping public opinion as well. Without adequate knowledge of the science behind climate engineering, people are more likely to rely on emotional responses or misinformation when forming their views. Fear of technological dependence is another factor. Skeptics worry that relying on geoengineering could lead to complacency, reducing the urgency of addressing the root causes of climate change through systemic changes. The potential for geopolitical conflict also raises concerns. Climate engineering technologies could be weaponized or misused by nations seeking strategic advantages, creating international tensions and undermining global trust. A lack of successful large-scale trials exacerbates skepticism. Without real-world demonstrations of the effectiveness and safety of climate engineering, many people remain unconvinced that these solutions can work as intended. Public trust in climate engineering is further undermined by the perception that it is a last resort. Many see geoengineering as a sign of failure to address climate change proactively, which adds to its controversial nature. Building trust requires transparency, collaboration, and public engagement. Open communication about the risks, benefits, and uncertainties of climate engineering is essential for fostering informed public dialogue and addressing skepticism. Educational initiatives can also play a vital role. By equipping people with accurate information about climate engineering, we can empower them to participate in discussions and decisions about its use. Regulatory frameworks are necessary to address ethical, environmental, and social concerns. Clear rules about how climate engineering technologies are developed and deployed can help reassure the public that these interventions are being managed responsibly. Addressing economic inequities is crucial for building trust. Ensuring that the benefits of climate engineering are shared equitably and that vulnerable populations are protected can reduce skepticism about its implementation. Collaboration between scientists, governments, and communities is key. By involving diverse stakeholders in decision-making, we can create a sense of shared responsibility and accountability. Ultimately, skepticism about climate engineering reflects broader concerns about technology, governance, and ethics. While these concerns are valid, they also highlight the importance of open dialogue and responsible innovation in addressing the challenges of climate change.